In this lesson, we will explore the fourth component of the results framework, U for ultimate outcome. This part of the framework is all about defining what success looks like. In other words, telling the model exactly what you want it to produce. One of the most common mistakes in prompting is assuming the model knows what your final deliverable should look like. Without direction, the model fills in the gaps for you, and that usually leads to misalignment, rewrites, and frustration. Ultimate Outcome solves this problem by making the final product crystal clear. Let's begin with defining success. When you give the model a task, you should always ask yourself, what does a successful output look like for this request? Is it a list, a script, a paragraph, a proposal, a slide outline, a troubleshooting guide? If you don't define success, the model will guess, and guessing is the enemy of consistency. Next, let's talk about telling the model exactly what to produce. This means giving the AI explicit instructions about the deliverable format. For example, provide 5 bullet points, write a 3-paragraph summary, create a table with 3 columns, draft a 10-step process, provide a 1-sentence answer. Notice how specific these instructions are. The clearer the container, the better the content. Now, let's look at format control in business settings. Business communication relies heavily on predictable structures. Your output must fit into existing workflows, templates, documents, and systems. If you don't control the format, you're going to spend time reworking the output manually, and that defeats the purpose of using AI to save time. Professional deliverables often require lists, outlines, reports, emails, executive summaries, tables, instructions, frameworks. Your job is to tell the model which of these formats you want. Ultimate Outcome gives you that control. Let's move on to style, tone, length, and layout. These elements transform output from generic to polished. Style might include conversational, academic, technical, or inspirational. Tone might include warm, direct, confident, empathetic, or authoritative. Length could be a word count, a number of sentences, or a number of paragraphs. Layout could be bullets, numbered steps, headings, or sections. When you define these elements up front, you eliminate uncertainty and guarantee alignment with your professional standards. Now let's move into the practice exercise for this lesson. You will take one prompt and generate 3 different outputs using 3 different formats. The goal is to see how dramatically the shape of the content changes based on the ultimate outcome you specify. Choose a simple prompt, something like, explain the benefit of structured prompting. Then ask for it in 3 formats. First, as a list. Second, as a paragraph. Third, as an outline. When you generate these 3 versions, pay attention to how the model reorganizes the same information depending on the container you choose. This exercise reinforces a key truth of prompt engineering. Format shapes content. When you control the outcome format, you control the quality, the clarity, and the usefulness of the final deliverable. By the end of this activity, you will feel confident telling the model exactly what to produce and how to produce it.